I am accountant Knock. One amortizing asset, two amortizing asset, three amortizing asset. Let's talk about the scary side of tax. Rah! So firstly, the rules. You have to pay super for anyone who's an employee for superannuation purposes. This isn't just an ordinary employee. The rules are spelled out in ATO's SGR 2005/1. Google it to read more. There's also some rules about the number of hours worked, the employee's age, etc. that you have to consider. So that part alone is pretty complicated. You then have to pay super on ordinary times earnings. This is spelled out in SGR 2009/2. Google that one. It's paid on most wages, some allowances but not all allowances, some overtime but not all overtime. By this point it really is a mess. And the super accrued for your employees must be in the hands of their super fund no later than 28 days after the end of the quarter. If you use a clearinghouse, the money has to be into the fund's bank, not just to the clearinghouse and not just out of your account. And if you pay by cheque, the cheque has to be in the hands of the super fund, not just posted. The day it becomes late, super stops being super guarantee and starts being super guarantee charge. Now this is a fine levied by a government agency, so it's not tax deductible. So if your tax rate's 30%, being 1 day late with your super immediately costs you 30% of your payment. Plus SGC also contains some other nasties as well. You have to pay 10% interest on the nominal amount from the start of the quarter it relates to until the date you make the actual payment. You also have to pay the ATO $20 per employee per quarter for administering your SGC charge. SGC is calculated on all payments to employees, so now it has to be paid on all wages, all overtime and all allowances. And lastly, you have to fill in some really rubbish forms. So a really quick work example. You pay super 1 day late for an employee who's on $52,000 a year, plus they get an extra 10% per year in overtime and allowances. The cost of this simple mistake would be 65% over what it would have been if you had paid it on time. This is the main reason you should prioritise superannuation above all your other creditors. We would always recommend that the best practice is to process your superannuation on the same day that you process your payroll and get it done. Rah! We're Mini Nucks and this is the Nuck Report. Happy Halloween!